Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله تعالى نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من ناس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم. يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Indeed, all praise for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek His assistance, and we seek His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the evil of ourselves and the outcome of our own wicked deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides, none can misguide. Whomsoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not guide, there's no guide, no protector for them. I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped except for Allah, without any partner or associate. And I bear witness that Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his last and final message sent to mankind. O you who believe, fear Allah, you should be feared, and do not die except as a Muslim. O mankind, revere your Lord who created you from a single soul, and then created from it its mate, and if from them both he created many men and women. And fear Allah, to whom you demand your equal right, and do not cut off the ties of kinship with the womb that bore you, for verily Allah will watch over you. O you who believe, fear Allah and say a word that is straightforward and truthful. يصلح لكم أعمالكم. He will guide you to righteous acts. ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم, and forgive you your sins. ويطيع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger, indeed they are the successful ones. After that which follows, the most truthful speech is the Book of Allah, and the most The best of all guidance is the guidance of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the most foul and wicked and blameworthy affairs is a bid'ah. A newly invented thing is a affair of God. So every bid'ah is a strain, and every strain will take you to the fire of hell. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have in the coming months, or the coming month, we have the month of Hajj coming. And alhamdulillah, we have another blessed opportunity to seek the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those of us who are going to be on that journey. And we also have an opportunity to even gain some of the ajr of the people that are on that journey, that are fulfilling that pillar of our deen. Alhamdulillah, one of the most curious things that an interaction that you can have with somebody who hasn't been blessed with the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what I mean by this true, because it's the nur, because the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reaches everything. But now, how is that perceived? Some people think that they can resist the irresistible one. Allah is irresistible. So even the act of trying to resist Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's power, His glory, and His greatness, that's an act of disbelief. That's an act of you turning away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fulfilling what we are. Ubudiyah, true desire and true adornment means to adore something. Most of us have the concept of adoration to us saying that we like something and it's a lot, but no. When it comes to ubudiyah, the adoration for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that we are so engrossed in our worship, meaning that our focus and our goal. When we hear the adhan being called, the adhan is supposed to be something that's supposed to make us snap out of this gurur, out of the delusion of this life, because they say, oh, it's time to pray. It's time for me to redouble my efforts and focus again. After coming out of Ramadan, after coming out of praying, after coming out of fasting, after coming out of all the communion that we had around each other, when that energy felt so great, when it felt more warm, when it felt different than when we were praying outside of Ramadan, when the ranks was full and thick, when people were there for all of the salah, there was somebody there. The masjid was wide open. If it was ever locked before, it wasn't locked during the month of Ramadan. If you were not paying attention before, during the month of Ramadan, there was some extra zeal. There was some Christian, there was some snap. There was a different way that you taught. Why? Why was it? Because the effects of the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you have to be open to receive it. You have to be open to stand upon the place and look with the proper perspective to be able to receive this nur. This nur is for everybody, but everybody's not for it. And even in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's infinite mercy and His infinite wisdom, He still blesses the whole creation. The whole creation. But how we would receive this guidance from Allah? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had not guided us to this, we would not be guided. There's not no thing that we could have done. There's nothing that we could have done. We couldn't resist because we knew. We recognized it. We heard the word. As one of the Sahaba, he was a disbeliever at this time. And when he had heard Surah Al-Tur, Rasulullah is reciting Surah Al-Tur, he was a captive. And he said that he heard him reciting Surah Al-Tur. And in Surah Al-Tur, it deals with all of these different arguments. Arguments against people who don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Arguments. And when he said he heard it, he said that one narration said, he said his heart flew. And he said that was the moment that Iman entered his heart. And he ended up becoming Muslim. SubhanAllah. Because he wasn't about him fighting against Rasulullah because he just felt, I'm rolling with my people. No, he didn't believe. But when he heard, he believed. So there was some sincerity. So now, if we are sincere, when we come out of Ramadan, when we come out of these recharging situations, right? Because we need to recharge. We need to be focused. We need to have that togetherness. We need to be able to feel that energy emanating off of each other. We need that. There's no all-didactism in Islam. There's no lone wolfism in Islam. No, we are together. and we roll thick, we roll deep, and we pull each other up. So what's the reminder? We come out to receive a reminder. We come out to be reminded about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be reminded about the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What's important? What's important this week? What's important this week? What is the message this week? What is the message this week? What is the message this week? I wasn't supposed to be here, but I was supposed to be here. I was not supposed to be here, but I was supposed to be here. I was not supposed to be here, but I was supposed to be here. So what's the message this week? ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله اللهم أجرنا من النار اللهم أجرنا من النار اللهم أجرنا من النار أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. If you remember, I can't remember, I think it was last week. I'm trying to remember. But I do remember watching the video. I watched the video, right, of our Imam telling us about Ilham. SubhanAllah. It's important that we don't forget so we can put these things together so that we can see how all these things, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. The thing that we get from not even trying. There was nothing that was miraculous about our research that we all of a sudden was convinced that Islam was the truth. We couldn't resist because we're not liars, because we were sincere, because we wanted to be guided. And this is the marvel that you have with these people who deny Islam, who deny Allah, who deny the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that even when you bring them clear proof, they just want to deny anyway. It doesn't matter whether you show them or not. But what matters for us? What matters for us? Because of our ayat, if our hadith doesn't matter to us, it doesn't matter what we hear, then what's it going to matter to who's speaking? Unless we are some captivated by the speakers, who they are, what's their background, where did they come from? And we're not looking at what they're saying. Because it's Quran and Sunnah, week in, week out, day in, day out. It's the same thing. Why? Because the reminder benefits the believer. The believer is searching for something. Why? Because he knows he needs some self-reflection and some self-correction. He doesn't know when it's going to end. He doesn't know if he's going to make it to the next one. So he knows he has to be careful and be mindful as much as he can. He has to hold on as much as he can. He has to keep going as much as he can. No matter how bad you may think that it is, it ain't that bad, ya akhi. You woke up. You still have a chance to utter Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. The opportunity is still there. You still have the opportunity. Bi-idhnillah. Every time you roll over in the bed, every time you look at the time, you look and say, oh man, it's 2:30, it's 3 o'clock, it's this or it's that. Every opportunity, every space in between, there is something for us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is opening the door for us. He made us Muslims, so they have to, obviously, without doubt, that there was something special about us amongst the rest of the creation. There has to be. Why did he choose you? Why did he choose me? Why did he choose us? Sometimes when it comes to the Khutbah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're asking why for everything else. Except why me? For this great mercy, for this great consequence of being Muslim. Being able to bow with those who bow. Being able to embrace all of this ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you know and they don't know. You know your faith isn't based off of some study that you've done, or just off of belief. It's based off of ilm. You know There's some yaqeen, there's some certainty upon your knowledge, some certainty about your iman. You are not just convinced, you are convicted. It's absolute, inshallah ta'ala. And if there's some things that you're unsure of, you need to ask. You need to investigate. You need to learn. You need to come. You need to sit. You need to be around the halaqah. You need to be amongst the people who are trying to do right. You need to be around the people that's going to tell you the truth, not because they like you or trying to hide things from you because, I'm not going to say nothing about this, brother, because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Hurt my feelings. Hurt me, because I don't want to hurt later. Hurt my feelings. You will not offend me with the truth. Don't be egotistical like Shaitan. This was his downfall. Shaitan's whole deal is that he wants to be right. He wants to be right. He wants to be right. But that's not the truth. Sincerity is based on the haqq. Sincerity is based on the haqq. Truth, reality, like it is. When we come for Jumu'ah, we're coming for something. What are we coming for? What do we leave with now that we can carry along with us until the next one and the next one and build upon it? What can we leave with now? The only success, the true success, the pinnacle of all of these things is one of the greatest parts of our ibadah is that what? We make tawbah. Now people say, okay, we hear about tawbah all the time, tawbah for this sin. I'm not going into talking about any particular sin or what you've done or even its conditions. But if you don't know how to make tawbah, and if you do need that, you need to ask somebody you think that knows, or just pull one of your brothers and say, hey, he might say, I don't know neither. Let me go ask. Let's go ask together. Maybe we need to talk about how to make tawbah. Maybe we need to get more involved in how active we should be in making tawbah. Because doing it repetitively, we have to keep doing it. It's not that we do it once or twice, do it for this sin and that sin. We don't realize that we're not even reaching our full potential of who we really are. What makes us so special? We haven't even reached our level that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has set for us. We are created in the best of modes. We are the best of creation. SubhanAllah, you don't even know who we are. We haven't strove hard enough. There's not enough hard work in our striving. We haven't begun to look into the mirror and really see who we are. That thing that we see, that evil thing, that bad thing, that ain't us. And we haven't seen half of the good, not even a third of it, because we haven't even pushed ourselves hard enough. We'll go do some pull-ups, push-ups, dips. We say, put some more weight on there. We'll go run, we'll play ball all day long. But we won't pick up a book. We won't read the Quran. And not just read it. We don't try to say, Ya Allah. I don't care about nothing else. I want to be guided and I want to tell the truth. I don't want to be right. I just want the truth. Because if I'm on the truth, then I know I'm right. But I don't want to be egotistical like Shaitan. I don't want to have an argument or win a debate because I want to be right. I want to tell the truth. I want to tell the truth. And the truth is, we haven't begun to scratch the surface on how much we should be asking Allah for forgiveness. He gave us something special, as the Sheikh mentioned last week or the week before. I can't remember. I think it was 6 days. Last week, how he was giving something perfect. And look at the destruction that we put on it. Look what we put it through. All of the lies, all of the deceit, all of the hasad, all of the envy, all of the hatred, and sometimes even for each other. Everything that we've compounded amongst us, then we go in and out of Ramadan, and we go right back to being disgusting. And then we say, oh Allah, forgive us. Keep turning back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but be sincere. Do you want to be forgiven? Do you want to be forgiven? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is happy to receive that forgiveness. He's happy when we return back to Allah, because this will make us successful. This is what success lies in that The reason why those people who are looking for guidance, and I apologize, inshallah, the people that say that they want guidance, but when guidance comes, they reject it because they really don't want it. There's no way. You'll hear people say, "Oh, this man was a good man, and this woman was a good woman," and they got all of these things, but they commit some type of shirk, or there's some type of other thing that may be bad about them. They say, "Oh, yeah, but they won't accept Islam." I even say, I always reflect upon this and say that there's no way, you cannot convince me that if you wanted to be guided, that Allah wouldn't guide you to him. There's no way. There's no way that when you want Allah, that he won't open all of those doors for you. There's no way. The same way we want to be forgiven and saved from the fire, we got to want it. What does that mean? What matters to us? Do you matter to yourself? Do you care about yourself? Nobody's going to do more for you than you. Who's going to do more for you? Who knows exactly what you need besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Who knows? You know the evil that lurks within inside your heart, the thoughts that you have inside your mind. You know what you do. I know what I do. And I know that in between all that, there's a whole lot of gufla. There's a whole lot of heedlessness. And it's impossible to have the Quran and the Sunnah in my heart and not on my limbs. How does that work? How does that work? Allah's mercy and forgiveness is great. It's great. And the door continuously just swings open. Every opportunity to come back and return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The turning back is that we don't turn away and leave. No, we turn back. Turn back into the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't turn away from his nur. Don't act like it's not there. Don't act like this deen is not a treasure. Look what you've been given. The grand opportunity to be better than what you can ever imagine inside your mind. All of this lies inside the power and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you turn to him, if we turn to him, and we seek forgiveness from him for everything, because there's no way in between. If you reflect on the malaika worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in various different ways all day long. There's some that stay in sujood their whole existence. We have trouble standing for 5 minutes, sitting for 20 minutes. We have to take account of ourselves. We have to take account of our situations. We have to take account of our family and our children. And we have to think consciously. So what we can leave with is one thing. Two things. One thing is that no matter what you do, and this is from me to you, this is from brother to brother, brother to sister, this is something that we should do. After Salatul Isha, before you go to bed, just make 2 rak'ah and ask Allah to forgive you for everything that you know and that you don't know. Ask Him to forgive you for being heedless and not worshiping Him the way that you should. Ask Him to forgive you for not trying hard enough. Ask Him to forgive you for not doing more. Ask Him for whatever you want to ask Him for forgiveness for. And ask Him for whatever you want to ask Him for. But do not go to bed. Do not lay down. Do not go to sleep without doing this. Do it and see if things change. Do it to see if your mind changes. Do it to see if your heart changes. But subhanAllah, do something. Do something with this beautiful gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Don't wait for Ramadan. When you come back into Ramadan, be ready. Be ready. Be ready. Right? Sometimes we look at Ramadan like it's a hyperbolic chamber and we're in there working out like Goku. We want to come out. SubhanAllah. We need to be ready. Be ready for Ramadan. Don't try to come into Ramadan getting ready for it. Be ready for it. Be ready every day and see how it changes. You'll find yourself doing something different. You'll find yourself more reflective about what you say. You'll find yourself more reflective about what you're doing. I should be looking at this. Like, oh, mashallah, subhanAllah. You'll find yourself. You'll really find yourself. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us of our sins, past, present, future, open and inherent. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have mercy on our brothers and sisters who proceed us in the barzakh. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cause us to obey His order, His command, to send an abundance of salat and salams upon Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That's the second thing. If you don't know what to ask for, just say Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you don't know what to say, just say that. That's the second thing. Increase in that. Increase in doing that, especially on Yom Jumu'ah, the night before and the day of. So, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on our brothers and sisters who see this in the Barzak. Forgive them, forgive us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cause our hearts to return to Him sincerely and cause us to be forgiven by Him and to see the day of Arafah and be of those who are blessed and being freed and being protected from going to the hellfire. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. كيف الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Let them know to stick around for a few announcements immediately following.
Inshallah ta'ala, there will be announcements after the salah, so please relax and listen to those. Inshallah. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. حتى أتانا اليقين فما تنفعهم شفاعة الشافعين فما لهم عن التذكرة معرضين كأنهم همم مستنفرة فرت من قسورة بل يريد كل امرئ منهم أن يؤتى صحفا منشرة كلا بل لا يخافون الآخرة كلا إنه تذكرة فمن شاء ذكره وما يذكرون إلا أن يشاء الله هو أهل التقوى وأهل المغفرة. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله Assalamu alaikum. Please hold off. That's the announcements up. Let me take.
Assalamu alaikum. So today, first of all, appreciate all y'all brothers. Thank you. Quickly, before anything, I want to address y'all attention to the back. That's a to-do list that needs to be done here. So it seems like there's a misconception that only
Assalamu alaikum. We need everybody to pay attention, please.
Fahim or Isa is allowed to clean the masjid. That's a big misconception. It's a beautiful blessing for anybody here to get a part of those blessings. So we wrote out a list of things that need to be done daily, weekly, and monthly. A brother did it yesterday. That's why I look nice and clean today. Today I went and got paper towels. So that's one thing monthly. So just encouraging, like, it's not always just money, like, to, we're not putting it in our pocket anyway. So just try to donate generously. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're doing our monthly grave visit. If you can make it for Fajr, come for Fajr, and then we leave like 6 o'clock to go out there. Classes for Saturday, and this is real important because there's a lot of complaints about what the community's not doing, what the imam's not doing, what we're not doing. The classes are available. The imam is here. Nobody's here. Last week I clicked on the class. It was all sisters and a brother from North Jersey. None of us. So we can't complain and feel like we're being slighted or we don't have classes or the money's not getting spent properly if we're not active. Only way you're going to see that everything is active is if you being present. You know what I'm saying? Then there's a class Saturday, 10 a.m. It's that's online. That's the in-person class.
Saturday at 10 a.m. The in-person, and the online is at 9 a.m.
And that's Islam 101. So like basic Islam. Friday nights is classes for sisters in Arabic at 6 p.m. And then for teenage girls on Sunday morning,
Friday nights is Quran classes.
Quran.
Tajweed and memorization.
It's a very intense class. It's very good too. My wife and my kids all know more than me. Then Saturday 11, that's the class for the young women. For women. And then Saturday night, this Saturday night is family night at 6 o'clock until. And let's start getting ready early, on the chore list. And then what I would like to do, inshallah, everybody, will take time, look next door, see what we have done. We cleaning up, we fixing up, we painting. Any brothers or sisters have products that you would like to sell, get with me. We're going to put the products and everything next door. There is going to be a small fee, but nothing that we can't handle. And of course, if you're not selling anything, you can't pay the fee. So if you're not selling nothing, we're not going to charge you. And the charge is only so we could be responsible and start being, collective, inshallah. And also there's a project right now that we're doing as far as painting in here, not redoing the sheetrock, but resurface the wall, painting. Yeah. All right. Okay. And so that's we need that's separate from everything we already asked for, the regular sadaqah, the $50, $35 a week, all that. We need a few brothers to contribute to this. You can give it to me or Issa, because we're moving forward on the project this week. I got the guy coming to match the paint. He already gave me the estimate. So anything you want to give towards that, it'll be greatly appreciated. That's going to be separate from, the regular stuff. And of course, cop up out front, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. I love y'all. Thank you. Like I say, 2 rock outs go out to the bed.